Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Stylish Hidden Treasures. My name is Mary and I'm a full-time reseller on both eBay and Poshmark. So today is a what sold video for September 26th through Monday, October 3rd. Just a little background on my store. I have a mixture of items. I have a combination of vintage clothing and accessories, designer, mall brands, bread and butter, you name it. So a little bit of everything. Well, this week seems to be just mainly bread and butter. Sometimes that happens with slower sales weeks. So I'll go ahead and jump in and kind of show you what sold. So the first thing you see here is just a basic little dress. Didn't sell for much, $13.12. This was part of a liquidation box from Target I got a while back, and at this point, I'm just happy to see all of them go. So the next is part of an Amazon liquidation box that I got. This is just a simple little bracelet for girls, really cute as a gift idea, and it sold for $13.65. Next is just a reversible black and nude bra that sold for $14.21. After that, we had a little Coach wristlet bag that sold for $18. All of these items are pretty light, so they didn't cost much at the bins. Next was a Tommy Bahama shirt. I've had this forever. I was so glad to see it go, but it sold for $16. Next was this sweater dress, which was really nice actually, and it sold for $30 on eBay. Next is just a little basic made in Nepal wool knit hat. It didn't weigh much of anything. I had probably 20 of them, so I still made a little profit. Next was the sterling silver engagement ring, and you'll see this again later on in the video. It sold twice. I have multiple sizes. Next is this funny Duck Dynasty Uncle Si Halloween outfit. Actually, this has sold twice as well for $11.67. Then we had this two-piece Torrid. It's a plus 18 and 2X short and blazer set, and it sold for $33.89. Next, you'll see the Hello Kitty pajama dress. Actually, there's two of these that sold this week for $15.36. Next is just kind of a casual J. Crew button-up shirt. It was brand new with tags and sold for $15.97. Next was a Lulu, and I know I just talked about them like a dog last week during the haul video, but hey, it sold. Not a whole lot, but it sold $14.55. Next is a Pashima Scarf. I pick up quite a bit of these. It usually sells for a little bit more, but this week it sold for $10. Then we have a Loft brushed corduroy pant, 6 petite, sold for $18, and it was very light, so actually it was able to go first class. Next is a 9 West brown suede, kind of like a newsboy hat, sold for $12.55. Actually, it turned around and sold again on another site, and I had to take it down. So here's the other ring of the other size for $22.27. These rings weigh almost nothing, and they were part of a liquidation box. Next is just a simple little Wakal bra, real pretty embroidered flower, and it sold for $13.15. Next is another one of those leaves, heavily beaded table runners. The other one sold last week, and then the second one sold this week for $37. I pick up a lot of these vintage faux mink fur collars. I mean, they're very lightweight and a lot of people buy them. So this one sold for $18. This was a brand new with tags, Free People sweater, sold for $58.15, which was a decent sale for this week. Next was a brand new with tags, Nike Boys joggers, and it sold for $16. The next item was a Honda, it could have, I guess, been unisex, but it seemed more female. Snapback hat was brand new with tags, sold for $15.36. Then I had these Sonoma camel print leggings, sold for $14.01. And once again, these were very lightweight, so it cost me almost nothing at the bins. This was part of a liquidation box from Macy's and Bloomingdale's. This was brand new with tags, a Lauren Ralph Lauren dress, And then we had a Calvin Klein genuine leather wallet sold overseas through the global shipping program for $20. Then we had the vintage Keynote chiffon nightgown. I buy a lot of these, guys. This one sold a little bit less than I wanted, but that's okay at $27. Then I had a Talbots blazer. It was a really pretty orange and pink tweed and sold for $22. This I was just glad to see go. It was just part of a Target liquidation box. I've had these forever, guys, and I didn't make much, but $13.94. Then we had this patent leather Kate Spade tote bag. I really thought it was going to go for a little bit more, but hey, that's okay. It was very lightweight for $20. Then I had this vintage Coach purse. This actually came from my mother-in-law, so this was essentially free when it comes to cost of goods, and it sold for $25. Then another liquidation item, Wild Fable, this little baby doll dress, sold for $14.52. And then I got this vintage linen dress. It was kind of like a double-breasted design, sold for $26.75. Next is a Hannah Anderson dress. I pick up quite a bit of these. They don't sell for a whole lot, but you know, they're pretty adorable and they're really lightweight. So this sold for $12.93. This I just talked about in the last video. Any kind of girdles and vintage underwear like this, and it sold for $30. Next is a Columbia vest zip up. It didn't sell for very much, but once again, a very lightweight item, and it sold for $15.46. Then we had these Old Navy Rockstar jeans, very light, and they shipped first class for $18.99. This I just listed on Sunday and sold the same day. It's a vintage gold label, kind of like a nightshirt, sold for $22.18. Then this was another liquidation item. This was like a Target brand, just a dress with like a floral purple red look for $18.78. And then this was just a basic Halloween glove. I have probably 25 of these, and it sold for $8.54. Then we had this Bailey Anthropology plaid skirt, sold for $25.42. Next is a Calvin Klein, kind of like a velvet blazer. I got a lot of traffic on this, but I went ahead and settled for $25. This is actually a really nice blazer. Next was another vintage Coach purse. This also was another item from my mother-in-law, so I didn't pay for it, and it sold for $25. Next is the other Hello Kitty pajama dress that sold. I actually have probably 25 more of these. But it sold for $15.36. Guys, do not pass up on home decor for the holidays. This was actually a shower curtain, and it sold for $30, and it was brand new. Next is another vintage. This one is actual genuine mink fur collar. This sold for $13.97. Then after that, we had a Lulu's dress. This was actually really nice looking and comfortable. This dress sold for $25. And then we had Orvis, and this was really nice material. This was a camel hair wool kind of blend, and this sold for $22. Another Uncle Si Halloween costume. This one sold for $11.67. And then after that, we had, it looks like a vintage jean high-rise chick. So I believe these were 80s. And this sold for $16.14. This also was just listed on Sunday. It's another gold label Victoria's Secret. This was like a cami top. It didn't sell for much, but it sold quick for $14. Next is a Talbots pencil skirt. This sold for $21.59. The next item that sold for this week was a vintage 4-piece, kind of like a retro print. Don't pass up on these vintage curtains, guys. People do collect these. People do put them in their kitchen windows still. So the next thing that sold was a Ming Wang tank dress. It sold for $30. And then the lady actually said she would pay immediately if I would ship, so I went ahead and did that. So the next is a Wiseman little girl's tutu costume. I pick up a lot of this, guys. It definitely sells. $22.14. The next is an Orion sweater, kind of like the Irish fisherman merino wool cardigan, sold for $28. Another item that I listed on Sunday sold at the same time, which was Living Dead. It's kind of like a goth tutu. So these are all the sales that I had for this time period. I hope that you stay tuned for the next video, which would be all the sales on Poshmark. So the total amount of sales was $1,080.55, which was a total of 62 items that sold. Luckily, I had Poshmark sales also to kind of help make up the difference. So I hope you stay tuned, and I'll see you later. Bye.